buddy? Welcome to the Three Spurs Boys.
Hi. Very disappointing result. 1-0 Brighton, 90th minute winner.
Yeah.
0 shots on target. Wow, we played like we're under Nuno. Very, very poor game after a four-game winning streak. And also, gotta tell you, this is pretty funny. We did this recording yesterday, but my dad, he kind of, he's pretty old now, so he forgot how to use a computer really well. He accidentally deleted it, so we're doing it again now.
So you're just gonna steal my ideas, right? You're just gonna steal everything I was about to say.
Yeah.
You're gonna steal. Wow. Okay. At least let me have this, all right?
Okay.
We brought somebody, a very, very special person to us from Ireland. You guys know him as Ireland's biggest Spurs fan, but the world's biggest Harry Kane fan. From the Irish Hotspur, we're bringing in Mr. David Harris. Mr. David Harris.
Mr. David Harris, sorry. Sorry about that. Oops.
Hello.
Thanks, boys. Look, I've been called a lot worse, so it doesn't matter whether it's Mr. or David Harris. I've been called a hell of a lot worse. How are you keeping, boys? It's an honor to be here.
Thank you so much.
We're
an honor to have you here.
Yeah. These hats are for you, by the way.
No, look, honestly, since I started wearing them, it's a revelation, so it is, boys. And don't worry, I have 2 flat caps for you, and I'll get them sent over.
Yeah. So how's everything over there?
Yeah, all's good, man. Look, all is good. Life is good. Look, apart from Spurs losing on Saturday, early kickoff, I mean, apart from that, life is good. But look, let's get into the Spurs game, I suppose.
Yep.
Please, will we?
One thing before we get into the Spurs game. Happy Easter, and how's your Easter yesterday?
Do you know what? My Easter was good, man. I spent it with family, went out with family. So, it's good. It's good. And happy Easter to you guys. How was your Easter?
It was great. Baji stayed home, but me, my cousin, and a few close friends, we went on a hike.
Nice.
I'm not sure where, but we went on a hike somewhere.
I like a bit of hiking. Me and I like a bit of hiking.
We went up a mountain and we did an Easter egg hunt.
That's quality. You get loads of chocolate.
Oh, yeah. There's a baby there. I gave all my chocolate to her.
Fair play to you. Fair play to you. That's a nice thing to do.
All right. I guess we got to get straight to the questions, yeah? All right.
Let's
For
go.
the first time in a while, the first half was better than the second half. Why? Even though they're both really, really terrible, what do you have to say about that?
I don't really have the answers for you, to be honest with you. I looked at that team. Look, first half we were good. I think second half we ran out of steam. But you know what? Thinking back on it, I think a lot of it has to do with Antonio Conte being out for the week, to be honest with you, boys. Because, look, these players have been absolutely drilled and doing overtime and everything else since Antonio Conte came in. And it's only natural in life that when your boss isn't around, even in any walk of life and any work, when your boss isn't around for the week, you tend to kind of slack off for the week. You don't do things probably the way you usually do when the boss is there. And I think that's probably what it comes down to at the end of the day. I just think, they all had a bit of a slack off in preparation this week. And look, they got burnt because of it.
Yeah, underestimated Brighton.
Yeah, okay. Second question now. How do you think our poor squad depth is how our performances have been up and down?
Oh, 100% it's been down to squad depth. Look, since we got the signings in Bentancur and Kulusevski, it's kind of like evened out, but we do only have a first 11. But before that, look, it was costing us. When you were bringing in, when Romero was out injured and you're bringing in Sanchez, I mean, look, the guy can't really control the ball or pass a football, and he switches off too much. It's costly. Look how many games we lost when he was in the team. Same as Harry Winks when he was in midfield and we didn't have Bentancur. Look, the results are really up and down when he was in the team. And that's just because the players that we have outside of our first 11, they are just not good enough. They're not to the standard to wear the Tottenham Hotspur jersey. They make too many mistakes to switch off. You've seen since we got a first 11 together and we can roll it out, results have really started to improve. But then a game like yesterday, when you have Kane, Son, and Kulusevski, who you would say have probably put us into this position in the first place. Now, everyone's always going to have an off day. It happens everywhere in life, Like your father, he go to work one day, maybe didn't get a good night's sleep the night before. He goes in tired, and he doesn't, he just doesn't perform. But that's natural. Yeah. That's natural. It's natural in life. But when players don't perform or they're having an off day, you're looking at players to step up. You're looking at players to come in and make the impact, help out. You look at Liverpool, they have Divock Origi who does it. You look at City, Gabriel Jesus does it at times, pops in with a couple of goals. We just do not have that right now. Look, I just hope that we don't really get any more injuries and we can just keep this first 11 rolling out to the end of the season. But even if you look at yesterday, Bentancur was carrying a knock. He was carrying a knock all last week into this game. I look at him. I don't think he was fully fit, lads. I think he was still carrying that knock. But Conte, it's clear to see, he doesn't trust Winks to come in and do a job. And you even look at the substitutes we made yesterday. We're talking about squad depth here. You look at the substitutes we made yesterday. I mean, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who played for United, and I've heard other people say it, who were known as the super sub. You sit on the bench, you analyse the game, you look at it, you look at the spaces where you're probably going to get your chances, where you're going to get your most shots off, dropping into spaces where you can receive the ball. Watch the game. It'll tell you a lot. And then when you come on, you know exactly what you need to do to affect the game. Lucas Moura came on at around 60 minutes, done absolutely nothing. Honestly, he was playing trampoline football. He could not control the football. Harry Winks came on and was offering exactly what Bentancur was offering with sideways and that. And I know people might say, look, it's harsh to put it on Winks and Lucas Moura, but it's not really, because these players have been carried throughout their Spurs career a lot of the time. So, when our main players aren't stepping up, these are the type of guys that you're expecting to come in and help us out, or at least come in and make lay down a statement, make an impact, and say, well, this is why I should be in this Tottenham team. But no one wants to do it outside the first 11.
Yeah. All right. Well, usually after a game, I would ask people, oh, wow, we had such a good performance. Who was our worst player? But now I got to kind of reverse it and say, who do you think was our most decent player? Because there wasn't really anybody who's shown on the team.
Yeah. Do you know what? It's a hard one. I don't really like praising anybody after a loss, to be honest with you. I don't think too many people should get praised after a loss. I think they should be told some whole truths, or, and go back and reassess. But look, for me, I think Højbjerg, and this isn't biased, I think if you look at the game, Kane, Son and Kulu, felt sorry for them, didn't get any service whatsoever, not of decent up to them. You look at Bentancur, I feel sorry for him. It was clear he had the knock. Emerson was not good enough. Regulon, absolutely crap.
Yeah.
Back three, they were okay, I suppose. Eric Dyer, of course, cost us the goal, which is a criminal. That should be a criminal offence, to be honest with you.
But again, it wasn't really just Dyer as well. It was all three of our defenders. Romero spilt the ball, tripped. Dyer got turned over, and Davies kind of just stood there, sitting in awe, like he was in the crowd.
Yeah, do you know what? I struggle to blame Romero too much, because he was actually, for me, he was in there battling for the ball and it broke loose. Now, I can accept someone at least trying to work for the ball, but Eric Dyer stood off watching him. Now, if he had any anticipation about him, he's got to expect that ball could break into our box, and he's got to go and pull on it and get rid of it. He didn't sit there watching him. But not only that, when the ball breaks, your man pretends to shoot, and Eric Dyer turns his back on him. I mean, this is a defender who literally is paid to put his body on the line. Yeah. Take that shot to the midriff or wherever it may be. Take that shot. I don't care if you get hurt. At the end of the day, you're being paid over 100 grand a week for it. I mean, you have guys out there on Sunday League, or you guys, in the teams you play, and I'm sure there's people that put their body on the line to take the shots. Oh, yeah. Why can't Eric Dyer, And then what he does then is he turns his back in our own box, which is absolute suicidal.
It is.
Just gives them the goal. But for me, I think the only player that could probably come off with their head held high for me is Højbjerg. At least the guy was trying, I suppose. He's trying to make things happen in the midfield.
Lloris didn't really have anything to do. Oh, sorry. Lloris didn't really have anything to do until the end of the game. But then again, he did make some saves, except, obviously the one they let in.
Now, this is completely pointless and totally off the Brighton game, but now that you guys are talking about Højbjerg, I remember I was playing FIFA earlier, right? And I scored a long shot with Højbjerg. I went to the
Nice.
top corner.
Solid.
And now, here's a question. What do you think Antonio Conte should have done to win the game?
Do you know what, lads? I see a lot of people criticising Antonio Conte. Look, for me, I don't like it, and I don't think it's fair, to be honest with you. You have to understand where we're at the minute. You're asking a guy who, with a bare first 11, to go and win us games. Now, like I said earlier on, it's natural that everybody's going to have an off day at some stage. Everybody is. It's natural in life. And for me, look, the only people are saying, oh, well, he probably should have brought on some substitutions early. He probably should have changed formation, dropped an extra man into midfield. Yeah, maybe so. Maybe he could have done that. But at the end of the day, he doesn't trust the guys he's bringing off the bench, and you look at their performances yesterday when they've come on, and in fact, the majority of this season, he's been right to not trust these guys. They've let us down time and time again. Look, the only thing I think maybe he could have done was actually bring Lucas or Bergwijn on instead of Lucas on the 68 minutes, because Bergwijn has had more of an impact off the bench than what Lucas has all of this season. So for me, I think maybe he could have brought on Bergwijn first. And look, maybe when he did make the wing substitutions, maybe he could have took off a central defender. But at the end of the day, this is a guy that, and it's the same formation that got us into this position, the same players that he started with that got us into this position. So for me, I think you got to hold the players accountable. Look, this is a guy that had COVID during the week. He wasn't allowed anywhere near teams. So for me, I think, you got to hold the players accountable. Why drop your standards during the week? Why drop your standards this week because your boss wasn't around? Yeah. How badly do you want top four? And for me, look, I think it's harsh of anybody to call out any manager at this club until you have a solid squad of 15, 16, 17 players that you can rely on, that you can trust, that you can make rotational changes and not really affect your system, affect the way we play. So for me, I think any manager coming in here right now until they get a squad of 15, 16, 17 players are literally, doing the very best they can with a bare 11. Yeah. I mean, us fans know that Winks isn't good enough. Us fans know that Lucas isn't good enough. So why all of a sudden do we expect Conte to be able to make the right impact changes off the bench and win us this game when these guys cannot produce?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'm pretty sure, we have like 2-3 more questions left?
Because
I know mine's now.
I'm not sure.
All right. Let's just ask it straight up. Do you think it's time for Levy to leave?
Do you know what, boys? I would rather see if the grass is greener on the other side. I don't believe that you should stop any, I don't believe you should not do anything just because, you're weighing up the worst options. For me, sometimes you got to see if the grass is greener on the other side. And don't get me wrong, it doesn't always work out, lads. But look, you look at the way this club has gone. It hasn't been good enough. What I will say, though, is it does look like we're starting to rectify where we're going. We're bringing in Conte and bringing in Paratici. But for me, boys, this summer tells me absolutely everything I need to know. You got a world-class manager here who has one of the most informed teams in the Premier League. One of the most free-scoring teams in Europe. And for me, you've got a guy here that you sign the right 4 or 5 players that he wants. We kick on and we're challenging next season with Liverpool. Let's see. May not win it, but we'll be challenging. We'll be challenging for trophies. We'll be challenging on all fronts for trophies. If you don't back the guy and he walks, it means Harry Kane will go too. I think, the guy has to go. But this summer tells us absolutely everything. Look, for me, I would rather see if the grass is greener on the other side. But like I said, I think he's got in Paratici and Conte. Maybe he's learned his lessons. So let's see where it goes, because it's very easy to have a guy in. Look, Steve Hitchens spent over 300 million. Now, that is an awful lot of money. And that is somebody's money, whether you whether you want to agree with that or not. That is somebody's money. Yeah. And that's just been pissed down the drain. That's been absolutely wasted. And Steve Hitchens made things look a hell of a lot worse than what it was. Should we have sacked Pochettino? No, we shouldn't have. We should have backed him.
Yeah.
100%. But for a lot of the stuff that's happened under Jose, under Nuno, and under Mason, Steve Hitchen has to take the brunt of it. He spent over 300 million and got more majority of them wrong. You look at Paratici. He's come in. He's made 6 signings. The last 3 have completely transformed this squad. So look, this summer I think tells us absolutely everything we need to know in what direction we're going in.
Yeah. I think it's just crazy what Conte can do with the tools that he has right now.
Yeah.
Like, imagine what he has with the players he wants.
Exactly.
We have the potential to dominate Europe.
Yeah.
If we get everything right in the summer league and the summer transfer window.
Yeah, there's only 6 games left.
Huh?
There's only like 6 games left, 6 or 7.
Yeah. Summer transfer window. Summer's friendlies.
I know, but I'm talking about the rest of this season. There's like 6 or 7 games left. And now another question. Do you think Bergwijn or Lucas Moura could play right wing back?
Do you know what? I think it probably would have been a shout yesterday, or at least to try it yesterday. Look, for me, you look at the spaces we had at Whites. I think in certain games you could probably give it a go for sure, my man Christian, because you look at yesterday's game, or the game that we had on Saturday. I think our best chances did come from getting down the sides of them, getting in behind them, and getting the ball across the box. And we just didn't do that enough yesterday. Our fullbacks, anytime they got on the ball, they wanted to pass it inside. Sometimes you just got to get on the ball, skin your man, and make something happen. You can't always wait for other people to make stuff happen. You look at Lucas Moura. Look, the reason why I wouldn't put Lucas Moura as a right wing back is if you can't control the ball in the forward areas, it's going to be even more detrimental to you in your defensive areas, giving away the ball back then, because you're giving it to them in your own half, which gives them a chance to score. Steven Bergwijn, on the other hand, look, this guy had a run of, I think it was 15, 20 games under Jose Mourinho at right wing and didn't produce anything, no goals, no assists. But, a lot of people were talking at that time, well, try him at the right back situation, try him at right wing back, see what he can do. And I think Steven Bergwijn could definitely play there. But then you also have to ask the question, does Steven Bergwijn want to play there? I mean, this is a guy that's been scoring goals coming off the bench. This is a guy that's been scoring goals for Holland. And he knows himself he's a forward player. He wants to play as a forward player. He's got the World Cup coming up next season. And it's kind of like, does he want to play right wing back? Now, look, us fans, we believe everybody, no matter what position you're asked to play, you get your ass out there and you play and you perform. But, sometimes it's not easy as easy as that,
Yeah. All right. Now, last question. Our viewers need to know, do you have hair?
Oh, boys, I have a good head of hair. I have a very good head of hair. Look at that. I actually need a haircut and a beard. Do you know what? I get asked that all the time, lads. People like, does this guy have hair? Yes, I have hair. I've got a great head of hair.
Did you say you need to get a trim?
Yeah, I need to get a trim. Yeah, I need a haircut. And
look at us.
Do you know what? See, the wild hair suits you, boys. The wild hair doesn't suit me. Short back and side suits me, but you have no wild hair suits you.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Thank
you. All right. Thank you so much for your time. And you know what?
I can't.
Thank you so much for your time. Again, I should say.
Yeah. No, look, no butters at all. Anytime you need me, guys, I'm here for you. I'm here to help out anytime you want me. And look, keep doing what you're doing. I think you're absolutely brilliant. I love the whole family vibe off it, and the fact that you two are brothers and you bounce off each other and you're doing what you're doing. And look, just keep it up. You're growing very quickly, so keep it up, please.
Thank you. And happy Easter, everyone.
I'm supposed to say that last. All right. Oh. Can you please tell the people where they can find you?
Yeah, guys, you can find me over at the Irish Hotspur. We try to do a bit of everything Spurs related. So, we do tactical shows, watch-alongs, fan shows, the whole lot. So, if you like what I'm about, just come over and smash the subscribe. But look, first of all, smash the subscribe here. The boys fully deserve it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, now, happy Easter, everybody.
Bye.
All right, bye. Thank you so much for joining us.
Again. Bye. All right, everybody. Well, I guess it's time to wrap up the stream. Cushion made a lot of mistakes. No, I'm kidding.
Uh-huh.
Good job. All right. Remember, guys, to dare is to do.
So go for it. Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.